Greetings everyone and warm welcome to The Last Living Prepper. We are here to equip you with knowledge that can make a difference in a pinch. If you find our content useful, please show your support by giving us thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In today's video, we will be discussing how to make DIY enhanced water filter with microbial removal using 3-bucket method. Before diving into water filtration, it's important to assess the physical appearance of your water and highlight that even when water seems clear and has neutral taste, it may not be safe for drinking. Pure water is inherently colorless, and any visible coloration is a clear indicator of potential pollutants. Additionally, consider the turbidity of your water. Pure water does not absorb light and appears clear, while cloudiness or haziness suggests the presence of suspended particles. Remember, pure water is also tasteless and odorless. Any unusual taste or odor could be a sign of contamination or the presence of specific substances. Although not a direct measure of potability, temperature plays a role in water quality. Extreme temperatures, particularly warmth, can foster bacterial growth. Since ancient times, civilizations have recognized the risks of contaminated water. There is evidence of ancient water purification methods dating back to 4000 BC. Between 4000 BC and 1000 AD, different natural minerals were used to purify water. Distillation also began to be used. To disinfect water, many ancient cultures would use copper, iron, or hot sand in conjunction with boiling it. Herbs were often used in well filtration, such as amla, which is high in vitamin C, and kus. Plants were sometimes used to purify water, such as water lily roots and the seeds of the nirmali. In ancient Egypt, aluminum sulfate, iron sulfate, or a mix of the two was used to extract suspended solids. In Greece, a fabric bag called the Hippocrates sleeve was used to strain water before boiling it. In ancient India, sand and gravel were used to filter water before boiling it. Our ancestors developed various methods to ensure water safety. The 3-bucket water filter system is a testament to the adaptability and continued relevance of these ancient purification strategies. It is also the option we recommend and will be discussing further, but using 1-bucket method is perfectly fine as well. It all depends on your situation and what is available for you. 3-bucket method is more efficient. Adding 1 medium to each bucket allows you to rinse both the gravel and sand, and only replace the charcoal when necessary. Placing all filtering materials into a single bucket means you need to replace all of it on average once a month or more, often depending on how much water you are filtering. This system involves 3 primary stages, each housed in its own bucket, utilizing sand, charcoal, and pebbles. Each component is carefully selected for its natural filtration properties. Pebbles create a pre-filter layer catching larger particulates, sand traps, smaller debris and microorganisms, and charcoal works to remove odors and improve taste. To embark on building your 3-bucket water filter, you need the materials as follow: 2-gallon plastic food-grade pails or buckets with lids, nail, pliers with fire source. If it's not available, use knife or scissors. Fine cotton cloth, for example, bed sheet or piece of cotton clothing. You can also use coffee filters. For the filtration you need pebbles or gravel, fine sand, pyrolysis charcoal or activated charcoal, which is a better option. Plants for microbial removal: thyme, oregano, bay leaves, eucalyptus, rosemary, pine needles and resin, burdock, white willow bark. Optional if that's possible, you can use essential oils: oregano oil, lemon oil, tea tree oil. Remember, essential oils are not soluble in water, therefore they may change water taste. In order to assemble the filtration system, you need to prepare the mediums. Sterilize pebbles by washing, boiling for 10 minutes, and drying them thoroughly. Rinse and wash sand until water is clear. Boil and sundry it as well. Rinse thoroughly and dry chosen plants, cut into small chunks. Assembling your DIY water filter step-by-step guide. The construction of the 3-bucket system is straightforward, but requires attention to detail. Poke holes at the bottom of a clean pail or bucket and the lids. Put the clean piece of the cotton cloth at the bottom of each bucket, and then add medium. Fill in the buckets up to half volume. The rule is to start with big sediments and gradually go towards small. Place pebbles in the first bucket, sand in the next one, and charcoal in the last one. It is important to mention that putting 2-inch layer of plants before charcoal may limit its lifetime and absorb essential oils from the plants. There is also an option where you can place the plants on top of the pebbles. Remember, plant layers may not be available to replace all year round. That is why we have discussed using antimicrobial essential oils as a replacement. If you choose to do so, create a funnel over the charcoal by spreading the cloth above the charcoal and placing several pebbles in the middle. Next, press the pebbles gently with your fingers and shape the funnel. Pour small amount of the essential oil onto the pebbles. The cotton cloth should be much wider than the bucket diameter, and after creating the funnel, the edges of the cotton cloth should stick out of the bucket. Then place a lid over it to secure the funnel. When all the buckets are ready stacked one on top of each other, bottom bucket will be with charcoal, middle with sand, and at the top, place the one with pebbles. Between the buckets, place a lid with the holes to prevent water overflowing. The last bucket can have a nozzle or a faucet to drain clear water into containers if that is possible. It is worth mentioning that easily adaptable as homemade water filters are clay flower pots. This type of 3-bucket water filter can be used up to 1 month. After that time, it is recommended to sterilize used materials. Gravel and sand, charcoal and plants must be replaced with fresh ones. When preparing DIY enhanced water filter with microbial removal post-treatment, the filtered water may be recommended. One of the best ways to disinfect water received from our filtration method is to solarize it or boil it. When solarizing water needs to be in a transparent bottle, glass or plastic, you need to be aware that chemicals from the plastic bottle can leach into the water when exposed to high temperature. We discussed this matter wider in our previous video about 3 deadly mistakes preppers make when storing water. The heat coming from the sun's rays and its ultraviolets help kill bacteria in water, making this method optimal for those who want to purify their water. In a crisis situation, boiling may not be an appropriate course of action due to lack of heat source. In extreme situations, it may not be safe boiling water as the smoke from the fire will signal your location. Alternatively, you can use iodine to treat the water you filtered with 3-bucket methods. Also think about water sources. Whether it comes from natural sources such as river, stream, spring, lake, sea, ocean, rain, snow, ice, or man-made sources, pool, pond, reservoir, well, hand pump. In order to provide yourself with a safe and clean water in the crisis situation, when you don't have an access to the municipal water source, you also need to consider the potential water contaminants, physical contaminants. These pollutants result from rocks, sediments, and other impurities in water. They cause visible changes in color, opacity, and texture. Physical contaminants are common in freshwater bodies where soil erosion occurs frequently. Still water bodies, such as large lakes, accumulate sediment-like materials over time, which can pollute the water. Chemical contaminants. These are abundant impurities in water sources. They don't alter water characteristics as noticeably as physical sediments. Chemical pollutants can be natural or man-made. Natural chemical pollutants include nitrogen, arsenic, and toxins produced by bacteria. They often seep into groundwater in small amounts but can cause health complications through continual exposure and ingestion. Man-made chemical pollutants result from improper disposal of chemical wastes, for example, pesticides, bleach, or corrosion of lead and copper pipelines. Soil erosion carries these pollutants into streams and groundwater, contaminating reservoirs. Microbiological contaminants. These include pathogenic microorganisms, for example, bacteria, viruses, parasites, that can cause waterborne diseases. Contaminated water sources may harbor harmful microbes, posing health risks to humans and animals. Common examples include E. coli, Giardia, and Cryptosporidium. Proper water treatment and disinfection are essential to prevent microbiological contamination. Regular maintenance and vigilant testing transform your DIY project from a temporary solution to a sustainable, long-term water purification strategy, securing your independence and well-being in uncertain times. Thank you all for watching. We hope you found this video informative and stay tuned for more from The Last Living Prepper.